having weird issues with Microsoft sign in. I'm trying to get Dan to sign in so we can access our Visual Studio stuff. Doesn't recognize his email address, even though it works on my end. So I
Oh
hate
well.
Microsoft, man. Microsoft is so bad.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I'm glad I'm not the one dealing with it.
right, I'm gonna get my ass kicked, but I'm gonna do it in style.
So what, like early century push, 3 tech nanite?
I haven't decided. Don't know. I haven't decided how I'm gonna play yet. I'm gonna just see how things go. I got completely destroyed by Ren the other day. I don't know if you saw the recording.
I kind of skimmed through it, but yeah, it looks
Um,
a bit
my
brutal.
last game, I think it only lasted like 4 minutes.
Oh.
It was embarrassing. I think I wasted so much data on railguns really early
Yes.
on, and then he just swarmed me, and I just couldn't get back from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll
That was the
see.
one thing I found with Ren is that he's such a good player when he can actually like get in a battle with you. But
Yeah,
I was out economying him the whole time, and just based on that, I could win.
I mean he's been playing for months. He was working as an intern designer for us.
Oh, okay.
He actually works with Milcho at Educase Games
Right.
as a tester there. So
So what you
I
should.
can't talk. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is that he should have beaten me, and he's brought shame onto his family.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid talking while playing because I can't talk and play at the same time. I always lose.
I'm all right as long as I'm talking about the game.
Unless I can't do that because I have to think about what I'm talking about when
Yeah.
it comes to the game.
The one thing that Ren did it ridiculously well is he figured out the exact placement of pylons to get that one little tile of territory inside my, like on my side of the
Yeah.
map, and then would just spawn units there and annoy me constantly. So frustrating. Uh, you do like your what even are they? Railguns. Hello. Uh huh.
I was surprised at you. Like, just sort of.
Yay.
Like, I didn't know was like big and name. And she was like, yeah, I'd love to co-supervise.
Oh, awesome.
Like, just done it
Cool.
properly. Sorry.
It's okay. Justin's just kicking my ass. I won't blame
not
you.
quite.
He's got all these railguns. I should have just gone economy. Being distracted.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I got very excited.
Yeah.
I did come down. I'm
That's
gonna
awesome.
Go away now.
Oh my god, I can totally just take this. Oh, okay, maybe not.
so glad the what's it called? The thingy's been fixed. The
Sentry?
rock.
Oh, the rock. I hadn't even thought about using a rock. Good idea.
It's what I couldn't help myself but cheat when it was bugged. So-
You're the only person that I've played against that's also using mass binary. It's making me realise how annoying it is to play against. Nothing works well.
The railguns need a bit of a boost. They're not that great at the moment.
My preferred playstyle isn't as powerful as I would like it to be.
No, but it's just, you know, it's not.
Yeah. I think I've out economied you here.
No! God damn it.
Were you not paying attention to your access node there?
That sucks. I thought I had that game at one point.
Do you have some headphones that you can put on? Because your microphone's picking up, like,
I can
me
do, but I can't be
speaking.
fucked. No, I'm joking, I'll put them on.
Terror War was complaining in the chat.
Oh, really?
Oh, apparently
Oh,
we're
it
both
wasn't.
very loud.
So
Just turn your speakers down.
I
Like,
speak.
No,
I
it's
have really
just-
big speakers, and even when they're really quiet, I can still come through on the mic.
no, this was Terror War saying that we're both very loud. But I mean, if we're not clipping or anything, so if it's loud, just turn your speakers down.
It's well, I've got headphones on now. Oh, you talking about the other people listening?
Yeah, people listening.
Okay.
Oh, he's typing. Let's see what he says before we start. That was an interesting game. I was surprised that I didn't win earlier, just because I had so much economy. I think you were actually defending really well.
Yeah, I think I fell behind on the economy about halfway through that match
Yeah,
because I was spending too much time defending and
yeah,
wasting data.
that's it. It's like just single binaries scattered all over your base. It's like pretty much
Mm.
impossible to defend against, especially defending against it cost effectively.
Yeah, yeah. The firewall used to be a cost-effective way of doing that because it could take on quite a large number of binaries, and now it can't. And I think
I think,
Milcho's
yeah, even still,
stunted it a bit.
if I send only a single binary, it's only cost me 30, and if you send a firewall, you're spending 50 to fight it off.
Yeah, yeah. But it should be able to take out a
Yeah,
good 4
yeah.
binaries.
But that's it. Is you do little attacks because there's no cost effective way to fight them.
Mm.
See there, I spent 120 and you spent what 150 plus to fight that off.
150. No, less.
And then yours are all going to congregate around one pylon, which I can kill everything with one sentry. Perhaps another one. That kind of sucks, but again, that's quite expensive for you to do. It's like 4 binaries worth of data that you spent just for a temporary
Yeah,
scan.
true.
That kind of sucks that your firewalls decided to just walk off.
Yeah, I know that when that happens.
I was content with losing that cannon, but I guess I'll have it if it's on offer.
No, no. Oh, for Christ's sake. I'm so far behind on the economy game now.
Yeah. You seemed fairly even for a lot of the game. It was kind of scaring me. Then I think you started doing those big firewall pushes and I managed to fight them off quite cost effectively.
Oh my god. How many of those have you just sent?
I'm not sure. I saved up for a little while. GG.
GG.
That was a lot of units.
Yeah, I really need to get better at this game. It's embarrassing being a developer and not being able to beat someone who isn't a developer.
Well, I'm happy to play as much as you like. I mean, we can play now if you want, if you got time.
We can have one more yet.
Sounds good.
I have to solve this issue for Dan in a bit. He's messaging me on Slack saying,
Okay.
"Where have you got?" But, oh, cool. Actually, he's gone away, so to chillax with his missus.
Cool.
All right, what can I do differently this time?
Have you tried playing better?
Yeah, I could try that. Yeah, it might work.
It's a crazy tactic. Terror War's begging you to win at least one game.
I know. I'm desperate to win at least one game. Oh, it's so embarrassing. I've always been the worst player in this on the team.
Yeah. I thought Dan was worse.
He is, but he's also played a lot less than I have. I think
Yeah.
I've got something like 240 hours worth of game time,
I've got 24.
and he's got some. Well, like in total, and like I think Dan's got maybe 3.
Right. Well,
And
that's fair
I'm-
enough.
Yeah, so understandably he's worse, but I think I have more game time than Milcho.
Yeah. I think Milcho had something like 140.
Yeah.
I enjoy that you nerfed Pylon, but it's still the best unit in the game.
It's not even a unit; it's a bloody building.
I imagine it's not something you imagined being the best unit in the game.
No. I made a suggestion to Milcho today during our meeting that I want us to nerf it.
It was alright.
Or change it, completely change its functionality.
Okay.
To reduce the amount of territory that you get from it, and make it generate data pods over time, and for us to get rid of the data pod or data field ability.
Okay, that seems like it would change the game a lot.
It probably would. It would change the pacing of the game, at least
Yeah.
in the early game.
It feels like that would make pushing for the access node even harder if data pods are regenerating. Because currently it's really
difficult. It was this system on top of something else as well.
Right.
A kind of CPU, like almost another resource, which would be like a CPU resource. Every building you built would take a small amount of CPU resource. So you would have to think a bit more about where and what you place.
Right. Are you just spending all of your money on binaries at this point?
Yeah.
You don't need any other units. The thing is, I still want to economy behind all of this, and it's really hard to stop myself and be like, no, we actually need to fight now. So I want more economy all the time.
But yeah, this is my reason why I want to introduce the CPU system. It would stop you from being able to do things like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm really not keen on that. The ability to just create massive walls of things.
Yeah. The shield is really good at stopping stuff like that, but it feels like it's the only way to counter it, almost. Which isn't really what you want.
No, exactly. I think there needs to be some kind of food mechanic, but not for units, but for buildings.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get rid of like the big swarms of units, because that's something that's really kind of fun and unique about the game. But being able to build a ridiculous number of buildings around a point is almost game breaking.
Yes.
Bollocks. I always thought I had it at one point.
Was it when I started ignoring everything?
Yeah.
Just letting you destroy me.
God damn it.
The thing is, especially with the defender's bonus on buildings, just means that that's actually a valid strategy, because as soon as you start destroying my data pods, I get loads of money that I can pour into artillery.
Yes, yeah, true. That's something I think we're going to change. I haven't worked with Milcho about that as well.
I quite like the refund on units. I just don't like it on buildings.
yeah, no, and I completely agree. On buildings and on data pods, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah. Especially on like
units, it kind of makes.
On like artillery and static defense, it means that if I do take a point, your best bet is just to try and like ignore it and go straight for my base, because if you try and take the point, then if you lose a load of resources, and if you win, then I get all that money back. And can do a massive push all at once. I've got like.
I also think the shield should be you should be able to use the shield to block the giant cannon as well.
No.
Yeah,
that sounds horrible.
We used to allow that, and it's.
But it just.
It was the one where I could stop the cannon.
No, that sounds genuinely horrible. Because then the shield is, you have to have the shield in your deck.
You don't have to have the shield in your deck.
I know, but it basically means that even if you're losing the game, it makes the cannons irrelevant.
Yeah, but if we increase the price of the shields,
I know, but even still, think about how many resources you lose trying to defend a cannon from being taken. It's like hundreds, whereas a shield costs 70.
The other thing that we used to have, the cannon used to attack buildings rather than attacking your base directly.
Right. I like the way that the cannons work. I feel like it gives you, it almost like it makes the games feel close the whole way and less snowbally, because there's always that chance that you can just go and take the cannon and win the game.
True, yeah.
And because like the cannon, it's easier to take the cannon with an all-in push where you don't mind that your base is being destroyed. Which actually balances it out, because the person who's destroying the base is obviously in a better position.
True, yeah. But saying that, we're going to be scrapping the cannon anyway, at least for all levels, apart from there's one level in the Alpha Sec, which is the second sector that you unlock in the game, and there's a level with cannons there, but it also has some other global objectives that can change the tide of battle. Like new pathways that open up depending on whether you win the cannon or not. Which could be interesting. I'm just not keen on the cannon. It's been in the game for so long now.
Yeah.
And I find it's a bit of a cheap way to win a match. But yeah.
I don't think it's too bad. I think it's kind of cheap on the surface, but once you actually look at it, it's no different to you having almost like 3 bases.
True.
Because it's not like it's somewhere that's undefended. You understand that the entire game rests on that cannon being taken, so you're willing to pour so many resources into it, and it actually becomes a really significant part of the game.
Yeah, true.
But I agree that it's not that interesting.
We used to have this. There was a pretty cool level that we used to have. That was much longer, and it almost played out like a MOBA, where there were pre-designated pylons that were already on the board that gave you territory.
Yeah.
And you had half of them, and your opponent already had half of them, so you could already spawn things further along. But what was really interesting with that map is it also had other things that you could capture. And I'm wondering whether we should try building another level like that, where it feels kind of like a MOBA, where you have
Yeah.
lanes, you have things that you have to destroy to get closer to the enemy base.
Yeah.
But obviously, in this sort of style of game, it would be quite different to the traditional MOBA, other than
Yeah.
the map layout.
Yeah.
But that could be
That
quite good
sounds
fun,
good.
I think. I don't know.
I feel like there's so much variety in maps that you can have
Oh, it's
games feel
mad.
completely different.
Yeah, and it's so quick for us to build maps as well with our map build tool. We just haven't had time to build new ones recently. I mean, obviously, balancing them properly takes a bit of time, but the actual initial building of a map takes us less than an hour to do.
Right. Wow.
So I'm sure we'll try to get some new maps up at some point. We need to make changes to that 1v1v1 map anyway,
Oh yeah.
because that map is horrendous. It's funny, the guys at NetEase really liked it for some reason.
Oh. Yeah. It
which is
feels
funny.
very. It's almost arbitrary who wins and who loses on that map.
Yes, yeah. I think it would be different if everyone wasn't in voice chat,
Yeah.
and you couldn't scheme against your with someone. It feels very much like the Game of Thrones board game where you can team up with people and
Yeah.
backstab and all that. Yeah, I like the idea of maybe a 2v1 as well, where the person by themselves has an economic and pre-built building advantage.
Okay.
But I'm wondering whether it would require so much additional economic advantage for it to actually be feasible.
Yeah. It would be very hard to balance.
Probably need quite a large map as well for it to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that we can try, I'm sure. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to work.
Have fun.
Good games.
Good
GG.
games. GG.
Screw you for beating me so many times.
I hope you win someday.
I will do one. When I play Dan again, I get to win.
Yeah.
And I managed to beat Loic 2 out of 3 games that I played him the other day,
Oh, that's good.
which felt quite good because Loic used to be better than me as well.
Yeah.
But he hasn't played for ages. But anyway.
Well, at that
All
rate.
right, thanks, man.
Right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And bye bye to stream and people and recording people. I hope you enjoyed that. There'll be many, many more tournament things to come. We've got a lot of games. I'll be streaming other people's games when I'm not playing. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. See you soon.